Greetings, folks. On Wednesday morning at 8 a.m, while Curran native Bernadette O'Sullivan lay in bed sound asleep, 7 members of An Garda Síochána with a search warrant broke in her back window into her home, seized her laptop, her mobile phone and documents, and arrested her and brought her to Tralee Garda station and questioned her for approximately 16 hours. Bernadette was released at approximately 11:30 that night, and they stated to her in the Garda Síochána in Tralee that, there was a file now being prepared for the DPP for her alleged harassment of local councillor Charlie Farley and a member of An Garda Síochána. Now, fortunately, I believe Bernadette has video footage of the search warrant carried out on her property, and when she was arrested, she was allowed to make one phone call, and she requested the Gardaí that she wanted to ring Michelle Gaine, and the inspector, I believe, and the Gardaí would not allow her to ring me. So she rang her solicitor Maura Hennessy and asked her solicitor Maura Hennessy could she make contact with Michelle Gaine and tell Michelle that she was in prison, and Maura Hennessy, the solicitor, refused on the phone to do that for her. Now she's got a criminal lawyer who is going to fight this for her, because I believe Bernadette O'Sullivan doesn't even have a parking fine. This woman is a lady, and she certainly didn't harass any councillor Charlie Farley or a member of An Garda Síochána. Yes, she did an interview and exposed the truth of what happened to her, and released a video of what happened when the guard came to her house, but she certainly didn't harass them, and she will now fight this to the bitter end to clear her name. But this is very serious, because this could happen to any woman now on social media, or any woman in Ireland. Look, we see there yesterday a body of remains who, people believe that this could be the body of remains of Michael Gaine, the farmer in Kimere, that's missing, but the Gardaí can't confirm that until the DNA test reports are back. The Gardaí have also believed that this body of this person may have been dismembered before and then placed in the septic tank. But serious questions now need to be asked about the investigation of this. This was a full-blown, massive investigation where they had sub-aqua divers, they had drones flying, checking out the birds in the area and everything. And, I'm no detective, but there was 2 slatted tanks on that farm. Now, I believe that the Gardaí searched one of them, and I believe they didn't search the smaller one. But why didn't they search the 2 slatted tanks? That's the first question. And, at least there's some closure if it will be confirmed that it is Michael Gaine's body, for the family, for his wife and his family. But, when I was digging a little bit deeper into all of this, a month previous to this, Michael Gaine had approximately 1,000 acres of land and a water reservoir, and a valuable water reservoir on his land. But a month before Michael Gaine's death on March, another local man who had a commonage of 1,200 acres on the Ring of Kerry near Kenmare died unexpectedly. Now, these are all men in their mid-50s, I believe. And he had a sheep farm. It was called Cassan's Sheep Farm. And I visited there once, and it was beautiful, because you could pop in and you could see all the sheep, and you could adopt a sheep for €45 on Cassan's farm. It was well known, on the Ring of Kerry. But John Joe Cassan himself died in February, but a month previous to that, his brother died known of a very short illness. So in 3 months, 3 farmers with 2 massive natural resources, because Kisane's had a quarry on their land and Michael Gaine had a water reservoir. Now, these were very valuable assets. And, I'm just wondering, was foul play ruled out in the unexpected death of John Joe Kisane? Because people now have said to me, Michelle, nobody knows how the man died. He died unexpectedly. And to think that 3 farmers, 2 on the one farm and 1 on another farm that was murdered, had over 2,200 acres of land on the Ring of Kerry, prime scenic land with 2 natural resources on the land, are now dead in their mid-50s within the space of 3 months. Look, Ireland now, with all these iPass centres now dotting up everywhere, people in this country now need to stand up, come out to these marches in Cork, in Limerick, Athlone, Letterkenny, Tala, Clonmel. And the Irish people now need to stand up to this Irish cobbled together government, because what's happening in this country is very frightening. And I've said it before, Ireland now is not a safe place for any woman on her own, for any woman that's divorced, or for any single woman, or for any of our daughters. But look, I, Michelle Keane, am keen on my county and country, and let's get out and make Éire safe again. Gura míle maith agaibh.